Let's take a look at third-year forward Jaden McDaniels of the T-Wolves. His B-ball index grade stellar across the board. This game is from January the 14th against the Cavaliers. Uses his off-ball defense, his length, his effort to generate a block from behind on Jared Allen, and then generates the steal off this poor pass by Donovan Mitchell, and then hitting it ahead to Anthony Edwards for the finish on the other end. And then, of course, on the offensive end, McDaniels is still a bit of a work in progress. Uses this spin move against Garland, but it's a blind spin right into the waiting arms of Jared Allen, who gets the block. And then defensively, he's going to get beat here a little bit, but he uses that reverse spin to get a shot contest. Does get called for the foul, but his footwork and his ability to contest with his left hand is really strong. And then off the ball, he does a really good job of diagnosing plays, and he's so long and so quick to the ball that he's able to generate steals and blocks. Here he knocks it away from Okoro. Really good job defensively by Jaden McDaniels. And then on the offensive end, does a good job of getting the defense to collapse, gets it to Gobert, who's unable to finish, and then has an ISO situation with Garland, a little sloppy with the dribble, and then he's got to use that left shoulder turn. Does a good job of using that right scissor kick right there that gets his shoulder and his elbow line nicely to the basket. And then back on the defensive end, he's got that responsibility of the strong side corner. But on that Garland drive, he's going to use his left hand to get a nice dig on the ball, and that disrupts the drive. Really good off-ball awareness by McDaniels. And then good work by McDaniels here, switching on to Jared Allen, forcing the kick out to Kevin Love, who does a good job of making that shot. And then we move along here, and then McDaniels does get a little sticky on this Allen screen, and that gives Mitchell, because Gobert is in that deep drop, a wide open mid-range shot that he's able to put down. And then we move towards the offensive end, where he's going to be streaking to the basket, and Kyle Anderson just kind of airmails that alley-oop attempt. And then Garland kind of fumbles this ball. McDaniels uses his great length to knock that ball away, and then gets a pick and roll opportunity with Kyle Anderson, and then Noel is going to cut. And McDaniels gets a little lucky here because that pass was tipped before it did get to Noel, who finishes at the basket. And this is not going to show up on any box score. Naz Reid is going to have this shot block responsibility, and McDaniels does a great job of getting in front of Jared Allen, and this will ultimately lead to a pretty inefficient mid-range shot by Allen. Great work by Jaden McDaniels on the defensive end. And then here he's going to have the responsibility of two men here, Mitchell and Rubio in the corner. Eventually gets a really good shot contest on that Rubio corner three-point shot. And then this is great offense by Mitchell. The spin quickly gets to the rim, but Jaden McDaniels uses his length to get a contest at the basket, and then that leads to this transition opportunity and an eventual offensive foul called on McDaniels. And then back on the defensive end, where McDaniels is going to force Mitchell towards the center of the court because he has the Edwards help. So Mitchell knows he has to eventually go back to his left and misses that shot short. And then matched up against Darius Garland, does a good job of staying down, and then on this screen and roll, tries to hold up Allen from rolling to the rim. That's a little too aggressive, and Allen does a great job of selling that. And then more good work off the ball, where he's going to have active hands, use that right hand and tip the ball away, and that leads to that steal. And then on this transition opportunity, he's going to get a little out of sorts, but has good body control and touch to finish. And then here, some of the limitations by McDaniels on the offensive end comes into play, where Garland is easily able to get in front, and McDaniels gets called for the offensive foul, and then gets caught on this screen again. Garland able to finish with the left hand. And then he's in the right place at the right time on this Jared Allen roll to the basket, able to get the steal. And then eventually this will lead to a Jaden McDaniels finish at the basket. Good work by McDaniels on both ends of the court. And he's a really good three-point shooter when he has time to set his feet, 39% on the season, pushing the lead to 8. And then Mitchell is going to do a really good job of rejecting this screen. McDaniels stays attached really well, but good job left-hand finish by Donovan Mitchell. And then here, McDaniels is not going to get credit for this block, but he's going to get this shot block on this Mobley attempt at the rim. That's going to prevent that three-point play. And then gets a final block on that Mitchell three-point shot. That is just elite defense. Saves the ball, and this is going to keep the possession with the Timberwolves. Good work by McDaniels. The lefty on righty shot contest. He is having an all-defense type season.